Welcome now to this tutorial. For this tutorial, we go look as we fit join more than two tables. In the previous tutorials, we don't look as we fit join two tables, but here we go look as we fit join multiple tables because when we dey work with real world data, sometimes we're going to need work with more than two tables. If it be 5 tables, if it be 10 tables, just as we don't talk earlier. So make we take example of how we fit join more than two tables. We'll write the syntax. Let's say we want to join the farm details with location. Select all the columns from farm details. And then we'll give this one alias. Let's say F, and then make we can't join now with the location table. Okay, we'll give this one alias. Let's say L. On what criteria we want to join them? So we want to join on the criteria of farm ID because they get similar farm IDs. So the farm ID for the farm details table, so farm underscore ID. So the farm ID column in the farm details table could be equal to the farm ID column for the location table. So location dot farm ID. So if we run this one now, so we'll get the farm details table and the location table. Nothing new so far. So now make you can't join another table. So let's say we want to join the zone table, for instance. Make we first check the table first before we join them. Okay, so now the zone table with this, you get the zone code and the different zones. If you look the location table, you go see say now the zones be this. So if this one, if Oyo na zone 4, for the zone table, zone 4 na west. So it means say Oyo dey west. Make we go again. If Abuja na zone 1, it means say na north e dey because the zone code na 1. So the zone code for Abuja na 1, and so it means say na north e dey. Okay, so I just want to quickly clarify that because we go use them now. So make we remove this termination and then make we join another table. So make them easy, make I just write the join condition here. So the zone table, make we give that one alias like Z, and then make we join them on what condition? The location, the zone for the location will be equal to the zone code for the zone. So make we go put them. So the L.zone it could be equal to Z dot zone code. So and then if we run this one, so you see you don't return the farm details table, the location table, and the zone code. So we can select some tables we go make our work neater. So from the farm details table, we want to select the name of the farm. From the location table, we want to select state, and then from the zone table, we want to select the zone, and then make we run them like this. Okay, so you see them. So these are columns from 3 different tables. So get the name from the farm details table, the state from the location table, and the zone from the zone table. So now so we fit combine more than 2 tables together. So here are 3 tables. So now the same method if you want to combine 5 tables, 6 tables, and so on. Just make sure say you define the criteria well. So once you define the criteria well, you go dey good to go. Before we continue on joins, I would like to quickly clarify something called the implicit join syntax. to understand what an implicit join syntax mean, make we just quickly write a query. So select all the columns from farm details, and maybe we'll call this one F. Make we join on with estimated capacity. We'll call them E, and then make we join them on the basis of their farm IDs. So f.farmid go dey equal to e.farmid. If we run this one, we don't already know which we go get the two tables, the farm details table and the estimated capacity table. Now this syntax, it is similar to this particular syntax. Make we just retype them here. Select all columns from farm details. We'll give them alias, then we'll put comma, estimated capacity. You'll give them alias again, and then make we can't use the where clause instead of joining on certain conditions. Make we can't use the where clause. So the where, then we'll go and put the condition where f dot farm ID go dey equal to e dot farm ID, and then if we run them, we will get the same result. So now this one then they call the implicit join syntax. It is better to use this particular syntax, because if we won't use the where clause, if we forget to put this where, if we forget to type this where condition, we'll be left with a cross join. That is, it go join all the records for the farm details table to the estimated capacity table. So make we try them. Make we remove this one. So if you run this one now, you can see what it will give us. You see them. It will give us all the records in the farm details table to the estimated capacity table. So if you make mistake, no put the where clause, now what you get with this, you get a cross join. So it is better to use this syntax instead of trying to use the where keyword to join tables, so that we'll not go get the mistake of doing a cross join. So speaking about cross join itself gets its own syntax. So make we just put them just so that anytime where you see them, you go know them. So we can also say select all columns from farm details, and then make we come cross join now. Make we use the keyword cross join to another table, estimated capacity table. And then make we come run now. We will get the same result. Oh, sorry, we get error for here. Our select keyword is wrong, so make sure say they type them correctly. And sometimes anytime it brings suggestions, it is better to use the suggestions so that you know we'll get the spelling wrong. So if we run this, so you see it don't give us the same result as this particular syntax. So now the cross join syntax be this. So if we use them, or if we use this. So now the end of our tutorial on inner joins be this. In the next tutorial, we'll go look at outer joins and how we fit take and solve problems.